Welcome back to Soundcheck. Oh my gosh, my hair is a mess. Welcome back to Soundcheck, a show by Learners to Learner, a collaborative learning space where we all learn together without judgment. And if you want to participate in our conversation, you can also join. We are live streaming on YouTube as well as on Clubhouse. So if you want to join us, just go to the website Learner to Learner. I'm going to put it in the chat as well. If you're on YouTube, you can go to Learner to Learner. I have had this all set up where we can do it with one button, and I forgot which button I set it to. That's like a shortcut that I set for the chat, and I can't remember where I put the button on my stream deck. That's how professional I am. Well, the thing is, I'm not making money out of it, so I'm not professional. learner.com/join. So you can click on the link in the chat. I just pasted in the chat if you're watching on YouTube. You found your way back, DJ506. Welcome back. And I also see Brett on Clubhouse as well. Hello, Brett and Ellen from Australia. Brett, if you're new to this, this is called Soundcheck. As you just heard earlier, we're doing this now on both places. We're doing it on Clubhouse as well as on YouTube. But where our roots started here on Clubhouse, where we talk about all things audio questions, discussions. But we also do Soundcheck for people. So if people come on and they have a mixer and a microphone and wanted us to tell them how they sound, we will listen to that and then tell them how they sound. And if there's improvement needed, we can actually walk them through that. Now, the reason why I do it on Clubhouse is because Clubhouse actually has good audio, and we can't possibly sound check somebody if their audio quality is not good enough, because especially going through meeting apps like Zoom, for instance, the default setting for Zoom is actually quite aggressive, meaning it does a lot of processing to the human voice to make it louder and remove all the background noise that's not typically the sound that you would want, or at least Zoom thinks you do not want, and therefore it does a lot of processing. So we can't reliably sound check you. However, the good thing is there's also the original sound for musicians on Zoom that we can activate. And once we do that, then you can actually hear at a higher fidelity. Okay, so slapback. Where's that slapback from? I know I heard that. Is it from me? Did I have the live stream turned on? Okay, so I'm hearing it from somebody. Okay, I wonder if it's coming. It's from Glenn. Okay, so Glenn, I'm gonna mute you because you have your new microphone set. I'm gonna mute you for now because he has his new microphone set up. So that changed things. Okay, now we should be slapback free. So I am not sure what the issue was, Glenn. I'm sure we can figure that out, but you're gonna have to figure. So you have your mic connect because it's a USB microphone only, right? The MV6. Does it have XLR? No XLR. So, and it also has a software. So how you configure, now you're not using a Rodecaster, Glenn, and you are only using your MV6, which is through a software mixing on your Shure. I forgot what that software is called. Do y'all remember? What's the MV7 software called? Something.
Motive?
Yeah, Motive. Yeah. So we'll let him figure that out and see if he gonna figure something out. Hey, you look like you got fire. What do you have like on your Ernesto? What do you have? What is it? The flickering thing that looks like fire? What is it?
I actually have a light that I was playing with.
Sorry, Glenn.
I was changing some of the lighting settings here, and so I was just trying to either darken it or soften it, because I'm seeing some of the background is a little bit like too bright, so I was trying to turn either changing the ISO or changing some of the settings on the camera.
But what was that thing that reflected on your phone when you put it there? It looks like flame, yeah. What's underneath? You see? Do you all see it? Like on Ernesto's hand? Like what is the red thing? You're also a little bit out of focus.
Yeah, that's so weird. Yeah, I was.
What camera is that one? Is it off spot? What is
So
it?
it's the same camera. It just the set. I changed some of the settings, and I shouldn't have done that, but.
DJ Flavor 506, welcome back. Walks over from the other party. Thank you for doing that. I just want to break that down so that we can actually stay content-wise focused on Roadcaster on the other show. And also this show sometimes can go long. So John Lowe is saying hello, can't join us today, but is saying hi. Okay, so yeah, you're still out of focus. Not sure why, but if you, it looks like the same people are watching the stream. So if you are the same people, then you know what to do. If you want to join, feel free to tap on the link that I put in the chat on YouTube. Let me see if I can actually open this. If you hear slap back, I will take care of it momentarily. Okay. So I am going to, I'm so out of practice. Plus, I'm also tired. I'm a little sleepy. I don't know why. Okay.
I could hear it in your voice a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a little tired. Wait, did I go live? I did, right? I did. That's why they can talk to me. I freaked out. I was like, wait, did I actually go live? Yeah, you can tell that I'm a little tired. I'm not quite there.
Just a little bit in your voice.
Yeah.
And it's an Ecamm voice.
It's my Ecamm, which we will tell you all about that. Okay, so why can't I? Okay, so I'm gonna go to my live stream.
So
okay,
why can't I?
Okay, no, I'll just mute myself. Okay, I wanted to see if I can pin that link. I'm gonna pin my message. Okay, the message is now pinned, so you should be able to click on learntolearner.com/join to come join us on the chat there. But okay, so let's talk about our weekend. Not weekend. I keep saying weekend, but it's actually more than a weekend. It's like a whole week of creator camp. And I told you all this on the website. I say I won't be here on that week because I'm going to Boston, technically Amesbury, and attended the creator camp organized by Ecamm, which is the software that I actually use as a Mac software where you use for live streaming. And by the way, I did see I'll be back in 5 minutes from Aaron earlier. So how'd you do that? Do you want to tell us how you did it?
Yeah, that was my Roadcaster video with some Canva free
nice. Nice. So you essentially you set up a scene. How do you call it in Roadcaster video? Is it a scene or a preset? What it's called?
I can't remember. There's the scenes, and then there are, I forget what that button.
So this is like this is like the top row or the bottom row? The top row. Bottom row is input sources.
I think there's the 4 buttons, and then that's where you get the change the faces and the HDMI inputs, and then you get that second button, and then you get the access to the little video clips that you put in.
Okay, so that you created that and you loaded probably from your Road Central onto one of the presets of the Roadcaster buttons.
No, it's on the SDI card, mini.
Oh, the micro SD card.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you load it on the micro SD card instead of through, but
yeah, but I could do it through the other way too.
Okay,
yeah,
so but you just manually drop it into the micro SD card and then it will show up also. Is there like a folder on there or something?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, wait, let me fix my flyway here. I keep looking. Look at that. Look at that. I keep looking at it because this thing is like sticking. I mean, hang on.
Wear a hat.
There you go. So are you from Boston, Gary? And speaking of the hat,
Yes, Gary,
Yes,
you
I
can
am.
hear his accent came right out when he was there at Amesbury.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So uh, Ecamm's Creator Camp was in Amesbury, 2 towns over, Merrimack and Haverhill. I'm from Haverhill,
Oh wow.
and so it was. I was back in the culture.
Went
In
home.
fact, coming out of supper Thursday night or dinner, I was waiting. I was waiting for the trolley to go back to the hotel, and I turned to my right along the sidewalk, and there was a guy there, and I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking, that's Melvin Webster.
Oh my goodness.
Melvin Webster, Mel's Records. He owns Mel's Records in Amesbury, but he grew up in the housing project that I grew up in. And we said, "Hey, Mel and Gary." And then, we exchanged pleasantries. And then he said, "Do you know Dave Sullivan?" Because there was a couple like 10 feet away.
Mm.
And I said, "Yeah, I went to high school with
Oh my
Dave."
goodness.
So it was great. It was, I hadn't seen him for 49 years. We
Oh
graduated in
wow.
75. So,
Wow, you got
yeah.
more than just Ecamm fam.
Oh, the timing was just amazing. It was great. It was
Wow.
I was blown away.
Which night was that? Was that the first
Thursday night.
Thursday night? Okay,
Yep.
so before our last one. Okay, so the second evening. Wow. Okay, now speaking of that, I'm gonna zoom right out, go back to all of us. Glenn hopefully has switched back to his original setup so that he can talk to us about our experience. So tell us what y'all want to know. Ask us what y'all want to know in there. I'm gonna do a quick setup. So the I flew in on Tuesday morning from Kansas City. Fly from Kansas City to where did I fly through? Oh, Baltimore. I flew into Baltimore, and then from Baltimore flew into Boston Logan Airport, and then I took a bus to Amesbury from there. Hello, Jason. Welcome on Clubhouse.
Hey, what's going on? I saw you were one of your posts you're in on YouTube
Yeah.
with what's her name from Livestream Pros? I'm like a big
Ah,
fan of
yeah,
that
yeah.
YouTube
Luria?
station.
Luria, you're talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah, yes. That's we'll definitely talk about that too. Yeah, we get to meet some of our YouTube heroes, so to say, so to speak. Luria was I watched her. I started watching her back in the day of like Tech TV. Do y'all remember Tech TV? It's like on cable TV, and I would watch her on. She was on there with what is the Twit host? What's his name? Twit
I'm not
TV.
sure.
Twit TV. Laporte.
Leo Laporte?
Yeah, Leo Laporte. He and at that time, Luria was have this channel like it's all talking about tech. So it was on early days of all tech talking, like everything about tech, but it's like a whole channel. I think it's called Tech TV if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I got it wrong. So I've been watching her for a while. She's been doing this for what did she say, like 20 years or 20 some years, doing live streaming
She
and
said
talking
19 years
19,
now.
yeah. So doing TV work for 19 years. And so you go up there and I hate to be too like fangirl. So I try to be a little cool and not like approach her immediately. But I don't think I got an individual selfie with her. At some point I'm gonna want to.
No, I saw you were right next to her.
Yes,
You were
a
holding
whole
the
big
camera
group.
up
A
and
whole
she
big
was
group.
right next to you. Yeah.
Right. So funny thing was she was doing a like a what do we call it? Coffee session. I can't remember what they call it. But early in the morning at 8 o'clock, she would be at a coffee shop. Amesbury is like a small town, and where we are is all within walking distance. And there's a coffee shop there, and she would be. I think at that time it was a Thursday morning for me. Thursday morning where she talk about how to be. What is it? How to be confident on camera, in front of camera. And so she was just sharing like her tips about how are you able to step into the discomfort, outside of your comfort zone, and embrace that unfamiliar territory of live streaming, which is like making a fool of yourself, like what I've been doing all night, right, tonight. So
I
yeah.
paid for
We
2 of
won't
her
mention the
courses.
picnic.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
did. Yeah. Was it great?
I paid for her Elgato.
Oh yeah.
What is it? Teleprompter. I just bought it, and that thing is a bear to get down and hook up to Mac. But she is. I think like I don't like to compare station for station, but I used to love Falling Think Media with Sean and some of the others, and they have great points. But her station is much more clear and relatable to actually just get in to do it.
Yeah.
So that's why I follow her.
Yeah.
I
I,
tune in at 4 o'clock in the morning for me
I
on Wednesdays.
That's good to hear. I have a feeling she has a lot of client too that she set up the system for client. So when she speaks, she has a lot of experience teaching people who are like completely brand new or completely fresh. So that definitely is coming through, like how relatable it is. We also
And guess who's doing the same thing from Clubhouse to YouTube?
Hey,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey guys.
And who encouraged to take that leap of faith? I'm gonna clout run.
Thank you, Jason, for the encouragement. Glenn.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Guess what Luria did for me?
What?
She wanted to help me get down the stairs from the upper level to the lower level at the restaurant to get some lunch, and she offered to hold my
iPad.
My iPad here, and I said, yes, you may take my iPad. And she proceeded to tap it into the air and over the railing, and it spun all the way down a full flight. I don't know how much further than an iPad has ever been dropped before. And I will let you know that this thing was much like a Timex, took a licking and kept on ticking. So, but this will be the memory she will carry with her.
Oh, she was so sweet
for all time from the 2024 edition of Ecamm of Creator Camp. So, again,
I am converting to Ecamm this week, by the way, John.
Hey, you are?
I'm leaving Restream.
Oh, but
we're good. I'm just
okay.
like, no.
So 2 things for you, Jason. You can take whichever or leave everything. 2 things. Number 1 is I have an affiliate link and a discount code, 15% off on my website, learnertolearner.com. But I have something even better. If you are able to hold that long, maybe use the trial and then wait for the you can use my affiliate link to get the trial, but then go to and wait until Black Friday. It's like a big sale coming.
Yeah, most of them discount their yearly if you pay for a year.
Yes. So the 15% that I have also is, Glenn, do you mind hitting the mute button? Thank you. On your roadcaster. Oh no, you switch your mic. Never mind, you switch your mic. So, mine is a 15% off, but all the discount code applies to the first payment. So because it's an annual subscription, it will be the best if you use that first payment to be your first year subscription, and therefore you get the most discount out of it.
I'll tell you what, John.
Yes.
Let's do an exchange here.
Yes.
I use your code that gives you credit. You be a guest on my show.
I will be
Sound
happy to. I will be happy to.
Done and done.
And also, Jason, like I said, if you can wait that long,
I can.
Wait for the Black Friday sale, because I think you're gonna get more than 15% off. So definitely, if you can wait. But if you want to download the trial, feel free to use my link.
No, I'll wait. I mean, I'm not in a rush to produce right now,
Okay,
but
but I'm happy. Of course, I'm happy to be on your show. Yeah, I would love to.
all right, that works.
Yeah. So, but just keep that in mind, everybody. Because I love Ecamm, and this is how Ecamm, the people, which I've also met this weekend, right? We're going to talk a little bit more about that. Not this weekend, this past week. I met them in person. They're all real, very nice. But this is my way of telling them I'm talking about Ecamm because how much I like Ecamm. So to support me supporting them, you would use my link, and they know when you use my link that I send you, and therefore they know that I'm serious about promoting Ecamm. I'm gonna see if I can go to the website. I'll tell you where it is. So on my website, when you go to learner2learner.com, this is where it is. If you scroll down to the bottom, and you will see this discount code here. Use discount code ON15 or ON is. Somebody said that the other day. ON 15, and you get a 15% off of your first payment, which is the best if you would use it for your first year subscription. I need to call this out. Billy, who's also a Clubhouse friend of mine that I finally get to meet in person in Amesbury, he said, use my affiliate link, suckers. I preach Ecamm on Clubhouse for 4 years on Clubhouse. That is true.
Well, funny you mentioned that because I was a part of Billy's his group called Deal Makers, and I did it for 5 or 6 months.
There you
I learned a
go.
lot from him.
There you go.
But here's the kicker. I just talked to him today, and we were talking about AI tools for the creators. And I have something up my sleeve. I can't relate everything, but I'll just give you a hint. It's going to be a studio classic, a class where people pay $5-10 for a ticket, learn not just prompts, but get live advice on something they can work on today. So I have this in the making. I planted the seeds in you. I said, hey, John, you need to start planting these seeds to offer to teach people. And now I'm like, you know what? I've given enough seeds to enough people. Now it's time to harvest my own orchard and grow my own fruit.
Keep me posted. You know why? Because there's a workshop also there that not a workshop, but there's like a fireside chat with an author, Phil. I forgot his name. Phelan.
Wait, Fireside's still going?
No. It's like not Fireside the app, but Fireside Chat.
Oh, I was going to say that's
format.
A garbage app.
Is it still there? I'm not sure if it's still there. I was there before a long time ago. So I think it's Phil. And so Phil said, Phil Phelan, if I'm not mistaken, I forgot how to pronounce it.
That's right.
That's right. Phil Phelan. He has a book coming out, which we will be getting also, I think, on AI for small business. And he was a really good speaker also. And he's also a YouTuber. If you look him up, maybe I will look him up as we speak, as other people are talking about the convention. So not convention, like our creator camp. So I flew in on Monday, and then immediately Tuesday, and immediately we went on to the welcoming dinner. So that's the first day, but I want to throw that to Glenn and maybe Billy too. If you want to say in the chat, I'll bring your chat up, and also to Gary to talk about your experience over at Creator Camp this past week.
Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, like I said, hey, who said you can't meet really good creators and open minds on Clubhouse and take it to the next level? John, you're proof of it.
Well, thank you.
You may not think you have a big audience, but there are enough people who talk about you when the right subject matter comes around.
That's true. In fact, speaking of people talking about me, a lot of people talked about me at the camp, but not for the reason that.
Well, John, I'll go ahead and announce it. I'll go ahead. John won like the most popular, best spirited.
I won Miss Congeniality. I won Miss Congeniality. I won the Happy Camper Award. Why? I wonder why.
Well, if the crown fits, it fits. There you go. Wear it.
Wow. So yeah, that was interesting. But anyway, go. Maybe Gary or Glenn, you want to talk about your first couple of days, your travel there and your experience?
Yeah, I'll go first. Well, meeting John through Learner to Learner was very helpful. I got to see his enthusiasm, his excitement, and that
It's not a
carried
fake
over.
front for the show, isn't it?
No, it carried over into real life. It carried over into real life. We're the campers were directed to use Discord because that's how they were communicating with everybody. And I didn't know Discord at all. It's like, why can't they just send me an email?
Uncle, grandpa.
And I know, one of the moderators, Paul, said just check Discord a couple times a day. And now I'm checking it like Facebook. I'm on it like all the time. So it's
Valerie still says,
great.
"I'm not checking.
Yeah.
I'm not checking Discord, even after the camp."
But even in Discord, we were presented challenges before camp, and John he took the ball and ran with it. He coordinated. He became an assistant uh, cabin leader, and his his light shone to everybody there, and in our group especially. So I was really blessed to
Oh,
be part of that, John. And so going to camp was a challenge. Just I had some financial hoops that I was jumping through. There was a holiday, and because I paid my credit card off so I could go do a rental car, and there was a day, Columbus Day was a holiday, so
oh,
I
it didn't
flew
go
in on Monday.
through.
It didn't go
Ah,
through.
like your payment didn't clear.
It wasn't going to go through until Wednesday.
Oh,
So I'm texting my sister because she lives in Londonderry, New Hampshire, and the way our family works is I didn't want to impose have them come down to Boston to pick me up because the game plan was to go to Londonderry and then go to camp with a rental car. So we're trying to figure out what's going on. I'm calling the rental car company. I'm calling the bank, just doing all that stuff. And then she sends a text about the bus. It, so the bus stopped. It was a direct flight. I mean, a direct route from Logan to Londonderry, and she lives about a mile and a half away from the bus stop. So as soon as she texts that, um, on the phone there's a app to buy a ticket, and within 6 minutes I'm on the next bus going to
wow.
Londonderry.
This is
I'm
not
texting her.
CNJ, is it?
No, it was a
It's
different
different
one.
line. Okay.
Yeah, and then I took C&J back early Saturday morning. Like I took one at 3 o'clock. So because my flight left at 6.
But you made
So
you made it in to the welcoming dinner, right?
oh yeah, I
Yeah.
was because I flew in on Monday.
Okay, so you
So
have one out. That's thank goodness.
yeah, so my sister Masha drove me there, and we stopped at Walmart. I got some like beef jerky and a thing of water. So yeah, I was all set to go. And what was exciting about the camp for me is that I had high expectations. In the opening night, the host, who's kind of a master of ceremonies kind of thing, and he said, "You're gonna get more out of camp if what you put in, you're gonna get out." And so I went full bore with that, and uh, there were sessions where both my arms had goosebumps because I was I was getting the answers that I needed. And I'm new to Ecamm. I bought the Pro in November. I haven't even used it until like really used it until Thursday night
Ah,
Thursday night at
you
camp.
gave your word because you got your
Yep.
$100.
Yep.
I mean, camp cash, not
Camp Cash,
not
right.
USD.
So I did like 6 or 7 scenes in Ecamm with some overlays as well. So accomplished that for the first time in
Yeah.
having it almost a year.
So when you did that, did you realize like, oh my gosh, why did I wait so long? Did you feel like, oh, it wasn't that bad?
Dude, I'm anal. I mean, I think quick, I have lightning wit, but it takes me I I I get the paralysis, perfection paralysis, whatever it is, because I'm a maximizer. I got to know everything. And then, but I liken it as to a sniper. It may take me a while to get on sight, but when I pull the trigger, it's going down. So, my goal for the
Thanks for
camp,
that information, Gary.
good analogy.
Glenn, no, what about hopping over to Glenn now? What was you didn't travel that far because what was the means of transportation? Did you fly in or took a bus, drove in?
Luria was only the second disaster of my my experience.
Wait, okay, so let's clarify. Luria tried to help her with her. Luria tried to help him with his iPad. I witnessed the whole thing. Let me just tell you that because I was downstairs. I saw the whole thing.
It almost hit John. we almost lost our host.
So no, it was not that close to me, but I saw. So okay, so like full context, you're coming down from upstairs, and Glenn has a walking stick, like a walking stick with him, and
I have a cane. I've got
cane?
neuropathy, and so I have to use a cane.
so he has a cane, and then he also has his iPad on the other hand, and trying to juggle that and to hold on to the railing, right? So being the sweetheart of Luria, let me tell you, sweetheart, she is such a nice person, right? With all the accolades and the experience that she has, she was so down to earth and so kind to every single person. And so she's like, oh, let me help you with this. And I saw this because I already thought how sweet she is. I already know, like, from the night before. And so I was like, oh, how sweet, she's helping Glenn with the iPad. And so he handed the iPad. She grabbed the iPad, and I can see it slipped out of her hand. She was holding it and then slipped out of her hand, and it fell through the railing down to, this is like they're on top of the second floor, and I can hear thunk, 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 clang, clang, clang.
The whole restaurant held its breath.
And I was on the inside of a really long booth, so I couldn't do anything. I just saw Luria's face. Luria's like, oh no. My poor Luria. So
it was a freak accident.
yes, she was trying to help, and then the thing fell. I felt so bad for you all. I'm glad the iPad did not suffer any damage. It was tough. It was fine. So, what was your second?
Oh yeah, that was number two. So like I did leave about, say, a half hour, maybe an hour. So I was driving from just I live in Northern Virginia, about 10 miles outside of DC, and I thought I would just go ahead and drive it, and just. And I'd have my car there. I'd have the freedom to do stuff and junk like that. So but the problem is that the people, my friends on the road, didn't get the memo that I needed to be there at 5:30, and so I rolled in. I wasn't really settled in my room at the hotel until about 9 o'clock. So I did not attend festivities of Tuesday. And let me ask you this, John and Gary. I think that was maybe a really big mistake, because I would bet that might have been, and maybe even, I don't know if it was a highlight, but I would say that well, let me ask you, where would you place it? On the totem pole of events, where would you place it?
What do you think, Gary?
Well, I think it was foundational because I get to sit with several people on the bus going to the event. I sat with Brett.
Yeah, our teammate,
Daniel Cheese.
business partner. Yeah.
Yep. So, and he's just an amazing guy. So for me, those incidental aspects of the event were extremely meaningful for me because I developed relationships, and that's what I did on the side. Is I was talking to everybody. I said, "Hi, I'm Gary. What's your name?" And then I would ask them questions, and they would just be talking to me.
I think foundational is the perfect word for it. I think
Yeah, it was foundational.
that is when you establish your connections, like the networking starts then, because there weren't any well, other than the screaming really loudly our chant when Leslie tried to, you know, pump us up for the event, also advising us what you get out what you put in. I think that's what Gary was referring to earlier also,
Yeah.
that he was telling us, if you want something out of this camp, you got to put that energy back in. The more you put in, the more you get out of it, which was so true, right? And of course, he has this like clever way of setting this whole thing up. So I think it's important, it's foundational, but I don't think you miss out too much because it's mostly like a chill and meet up with people. I frankly, I was still a little bit bashful going up to like the bigger names, like seeing Adrian was a little like daunting to me because I watch a lot of his tutorials and his videos, right? But he was so nice. But I didn't even get to say hi to him until the next day because, I'm being weird. But obviously the food was good. The food was really good. You get to have s'more, and then the space, the location. It was like a castle. It's like a giant old mansion that has 12 rooms, I believe, or many rooms. And so they set up different areas you can go into. So there's amazing food and there's music going on. And then we get to go take our group. Oh, you missed that. Oh, let me see if I can find a picture of that and maybe I'll show you. We took our group, like what is it? That little animated GIF?
Picture in that machine.
Okay, so let me see if I can show you here. So this is our this is the picture that we took. We missed you, Glenn. You were not there, but we took our Squeeze a Day. Squeeze a Day is the name of our team. It's the Team Orange, right? So Squeeze a Day is our team. So we took this picture.
And John did all of those signs. He came up with the graphics for that. That's how involved John was. John did amazing.
That's true.
John, let me tell you, I mean, you did that and it was a great blessing. It was impactful. We stood out in the whole camp with those signs.
I know. I just
Thank
wish we
you.
won, but we didn't win. Oh no! Wait. Yeah. So Glenn did not get to go to the thing, but he got the prizes.
No, I got to hop my horn on the road the next 4 hours.
Oh, but
what was foundational for me was the next morning when I came down the elevator and saw people in the lobby. That was foundational for me.
Yeah. So I think the picture that Jason referred to that I posted again, not posted again, that I posted in on the community tab on this channel is this one here. This is Luria right here. Many of you probably would recognize her. She's been doing this for a while, and these are all our
I'm in the
campers.
back row.
Where's Gary?
Next to the big guy. Is it Hank?
Hank, yes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
There
There you go. There he
I was
is.
there.
There.
Yeah.
That's Gary right there in the back. That's me. The reason why I'm taking the selfie is because Luria said, "Who has a better phone? I'm about to get a new phone. This phone's not good enough. I don't know which phone it is, an iPhone, but it's an older one." And then she said, "Who has one?" And so I said, "Oh, I have a 16 Pro Max." She said, "Okay, you take it." So that's how I ended up taking the good picture.
John, why don't you make me feel good? Do a favor. Why don't you get your Photo Express out and get me in that picture?
Yes, I can do that. I can, but you're not our team. You're not in our team.
I know.
Since you won the prize, so you don't get to have any Photoshop
This is
job from
true.
me.
This is true. This is true.
Okay, so now let's go back into talking about in general what you got out of it. I think somebody asked in the chat room earlier what you got out of it. Can be more than one thing.
I want to try some things. I haven't had a moment to apply some of the things, but I think I think a lot of people got the two classes that probably stand out for me are Kat's and Mary Lou's. I think Mary Lou's was probably a combination of learning and having fun. Cat was a little bit more learning with trying to learn procedure and trying to get your workflow down and getting your planning in. So
Glenn, did you know Billy is in the chat right now? Billy is watching. Billy from Billy and
Billy Thorpe.
Yeah, he's in the he's in the chat
Billy.
right now.
Billy's our guitar player.
Billy's in the chat.
Well, hello there, Billy. No, and I would say that that you and Mary Lou had the probably the most enjoyable class because I think it combined fun and education, and but I like Cats as well just because of she was trying to give us a way of thinking about planning for what we're trying to do. So I think that those are probably the two that stood out for me. Yeah.
Gary, what you got out of it? Couldn't be more than one thing.
Well, my platform is what I'm going to do content on is because I'm a widower coming up 17 years. Now I say that, but I'm not affected by that in terms of, it doesn't trigger memories or anything like that for now. But it's bitch slapping grief. Right now I'm meeting with two of my friends. One I've known for 25 years. His wife just died in January, and he's an introvert. My other friend that I do coffee with a couple times a month, Chuck, he lost his wife 3 years ago. So we've been meeting once a month for the past 6 months, and it took Don, the first guy who lost his wife in January, Don, since he's introverted, took him to the fourth breakfast for him to start talking about himself and how his life has been affected. And one of the things that helps to bitch slap grief is venting, talking about it. So I'm hurting these guys, and we're demonstrating to ourselves that these principles work. So that's my platform, and I haven't done any content on that yet. But I mean, as far as video or anything like that, but for the past 7 years, I've been boiling down things and applying things, and I have some methods that I use to overcome grief. And so during the walk up to the award breakfast on Friday, I was with Daniel Chi and Brett, because Brett's one of my foundational friends. And we were in Daniel's session, and he was goal-oriented, and we were chatting, and he said, you should just focus on men. And that was it. And do shorts, because the last session on Thursday.
Daniel Batel's session, yeah.
Yes. He said that last year he did 160 shorts. Was it 10 longs, 8 lives, or something, along those lines, but the shorts stood out. And so the enlightenment was focus on men and do shorts. So what I wrote on my postcard for a goal in the next 6 months is to do 60 shorts and I did my first one today. It was like 2 minutes. I did it in the
Huh.
car, and I picked up what Doc said on the his thing this morning.
The
He
flow?
can't. The flow.
Yeah.
Just make it ugly. Meaning
Yeah.
raw. Just pick up your camera and start talking. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna do it ugly, and I even prefaced it in the video. I'm just gonna get it out, and then we'll and I also heard Doc say that do it from now until the end of the year, and then once you get it out, then in the beginning of the year, polish it up and go for it. So that was a snippet of the impact that has had on me going to camp. So if you haven't gone to camp, you might want to think about it.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Most of us
Yeah,
are Ecamm users.
I will also add. You mentioned about Daniel, and I will say that was also another really big highlight for me because I've been watching his shorts and watching his longs on shorts and longs on the video editing software that I use, and that he did the teaching and he talked about DaVinci Resolve. That's what I combined that with Riverside, but that I really like the DaVinci Resolve. So seeing him in real life
Do you
was
mean
also
Daniel
that was
Battelle,
big.
right? Not
Yeah,
Daniel,
yeah,
Battelle,
yeah, yeah. I got a chance. I went up and I shook his hand, and I thanked him before he got started. So I got
That's
that
nice.
out of the way.
That's awesome. And the you as you can see, none of us said anything about Ecamm, like the software itself, because it is way more than just learning about the software. Uh, what was really profound to me when I went there, the first night, the foundational night, was when I actually felt it. They've been talking about the Ecamm fam a lot, and everybody is like a family, and it sounds so like cultishly nice to each other. I mean, I didn't want to pass judgment, but I know it's real. Like I believed it because I
Hey,
see the people that I make connection with, right?
John,
Yeah.
John, these people hug without thinking.
So I understand that it is real. I don't doubt that, but I just never experienced it myself. I knew everybody was very helpful even during the Facebook group days, because remember one of my first few shows for Learner to Learner, I invited Andy from the Ecamm Facebook group to come join us to tell us a little bit more about the Ecamm settings when you use Roadcaster. So this is like the earlier show. So he was one of the connections that I know people were very helpful, very very kind and generous. But I didn't know like why people always talk about like that connection. What they talk about all the time is this is not just Ecamm talking about. This is like the people. You pay for the people, and it comes with the free software. It's what everybody says, and I really felt it. And I don't know what. Maybe it's because of the connection that we are all. I would say maybe 99.9% of the people there already somehow started using Ecamm. Some are very advanced, some are not as advanced. Some may have subscribed to it but haven't tried it yet. Some use it for many years, like 6-7 years. So all those combination, but everybody wants everybody to be successful in the software. And so you see that genuine connection and wanting to find out what you're doing, the curiosity about how can the community help you. This is the same also for the founders, for like Ken and Glenn, the twins, who are the essentially the coders of the software. And all the people that were there. Doc, obviously, Doc is like is bigger than live personality. Katie, a sweetheart. She's the marketing director there. Caleb also like super helpful for all of us. And Paul Paul, the moderator, well, man, he was on top of things. I would expect him to look like tired because he's like checking, making sure everybody's in the bus, and we're talking about back and forth multiple times a day. And now he was on top notch, and everybody was fun and caring and sweet. And I think I won't judge you if you think this is like me creepily talking about a little bit cultish, talking about that warmth of each other, of all the people there. But I guess you wouldn't know it until you're there, because I really I believed it, but I just never felt it until I was there. And then it built. Every day it's a little bit more, because then you're connecting with more people, and then you're finding out more about each other's stories. My connection even started before the bus ride to the mansion in the welcoming dinner. Mine started with Julie. Julie, the Pixie. What's the name? Oh my gosh, I forgot Julie's channel. Pixie. Julie, forgive me. I forgot her channel. She's like a crafting channel. She builds boxes. What's it? Pixie something. Pixie. Who will remember? Pixie. Pixie Julie. But anyway, I forgot what her channel is. If you
Was she on Adrian's team?
Huh?
Was she Team Red?
Yes. So
Julie DeMatteo.
yeah, DeMatteo. I
DeMatteo.
think she
DeMatteo.
said DeMatteo, but I can't remember what her channel is. I'm gonna search now.
This is the one with the paper.
Paper. Yes,
Okay. Yeah.
Julie DeMatteo. She's something Pixie something. Oh, I'm gonna hate myself for
She's
it.
on your team, right, Glenn?
Yeah. She's on Glenn's team.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a proud MB6 owner as well.
Yes. Julie let me see. Pixie, the paper Pixie, of course. Oh my goodness. Julie, forgive me if you watch this. This is. Oh, I should subscribe. I
yeah.
subscribed to her on my personal channel. I didn't subscribe to her on here yet, so I'm gonna subscribe. The paper Pixie, and she's experienced, and she's been using Ecamm for a while. So when we connected, so this is how we connected. I was just wondering, is anybody taking the CNJ bus? Because everybody's saying, I'm at the Logan Airport at a certain time. I wanted to put in, what is it? The arrival time, and then anybody want to split an Uber to go to Amesbury. But then it's like, I already bought my CNJ bus ticket, which is like a bus service, and it costs like $25 from the airport to Amesbury, to Seabrook, which is only a few minutes away from Amesbury. So I asked that question, and she said, "Oh, I'm arriving around the same time." So we hop onto the same bus. I almost missed the bus by like a few seconds. Literally, I said, "Yes." I told Julie, "Don't wait for me. You just go," because I bought the ticket for 2:10, the bus for 2:10. But my flight arrives like at 12:45, and I thought, if I'm able to, I'm going to hop into the 1:10 bus if I can. And I tried to wait. In the last minute, the bus is arriving to my stop, the B2 stop at Logan. And she put a sad face emoji on the chat with me already, because I said I haven't seen my luggage yet. As soon as she sent me that sad face emoji, I saw my bag. My bag is huge. It's white. And it's coming out from the conveyor belt. And I said, okay, I saw it. And I grabbed it and ran outside and hear the bus pull up. And so I totally could have missed it by just like a few seconds. If I didn't get my luggage, I wouldn't be able to spend the time with her. But I did. In the bus, it took about 45, 50 minutes, or about an hour, and we chit-chatted and we talked, and that's how I connected with her. And then we went to dinner the first night, also the dinner that almost never came. Any of you there at the that one restaurant, the Tex-Mex restaurant? I forgot what it's called now. but
Hoppies or
oh yeah, Hoppies, yes. The poor thing, they only have 2 people on staff, and there was like a bunch of us there. But anyway, so we spent a lot of time.
Those people don't work there anymore. They ran out. They ran out.
So anyway, but also one of my highlights is actually being able to talk to Glenn about how I use the software. I mean, who gets that, right? The person coding it. And I was talking to him about how the Ecamm for Zoom made this show possible. Like, if it's not because of Ecamm for Zoom, I probably would not be able to, at least won't be as easily, have you all hop onto the show and join me every Tuesday. It just won't be as easy that I would want to do. I just work around so you can do it. But this is so easy. I give you, especially for people who are joining the show for the first time, if they have Zoom installed, even if they don't, you can go through the browser, the Zoom through the browser, and be able to hop onto the show immediately. So I was sharing that with him, and so we talk a little bit about audio. And then the same night when we have dinner, I had dinner with Luria at the Italian restaurant. I forgot what it's called.
Guys, I was sitting right beside Luria. We had made up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
iPad incident. But you'll notice that John just said he was across from Luria, like Glenn had already gone back to DC or something. But I don't know.
No. You are not that close. You were like I'm in front of Luria, and then directly in front of me is Andy from Zoom. So Andy, I forgot, I don't know what his position is, but he's the person that reach out to or partner with other apps, because he used to be a developer himself too. So now he works for Zoom, and he is partnering with other software that integrate Zoom into or has some kind of like a integration with the Zoom software. So essentially, the Ecamm for Zoom, the current version that we're using right now, has a full version of Zoom inside of Ecamm. And that is why it's possible. And so they've been working, the software came out, the beta came out around March-ish, because that's when I subscribed. So around March is when they came out. I think officially it was released in May or something like that. But they've been working on this for over a year, trying to get Zoom integrated, and then not just that, but have Zoom callers come in as individual caller. Like, I can go to Glenn right now just like that, and that is, him as if he's sitting in the same studio with a camera pointing at him. And I can hop to this, I can hop to Aaron, and hop to Gary. It's amazing that we can do that directly just from the meeting app Zoom that everybody is familiar with. This hair is gonna drive me nuts. Okay, I don't think I've seen myself in this full frame just yet. Anyway, so yeah, okay, let's carry on. I wonder if there's anybody in here, like maybe Ernesto or Aaron, after hearing us talking about our experience, were there any curiosity or things that you want to ask?
I've often wondered, why do people, like, I got the Roadcaster video, so I didn't have to get a subscription. But the way you all are talking is like, there's no crowd attached to this.
Yeah, it's, and of course, do you need to have a crowd to use this piece of software? No, but it makes the learning so much more fun. And what I guess second best would be learner to learner. But it makes the learning so much more fun, and you have this community. And I think I told Gary too, if I'm not mistaken. I told Gary, and I told Brandy Joe, and I told Ryan that the connection from our group, our orange team, Squeeze Today, take your relationship that you built, because we're being forced together to do assignment even before the camp. Now when we're in camp, we're doing assignments together, we're learning together. Take that relationship. Oh, and Candace, I also told Candace that take this relationship and utilize them to be your support group as you are going through your you're creating your creator journey of building whatever it is that you're building, because we spend so much time together. We're going to be your support. If you want to test something, be your audience, you want to share the feed publicly, you have us, especially if you haven't deleted Discord yet. Like some of the team members, like, I'm deleting Discord after camp. No, I think we're gonna be there and stay connected. So having the community it's different. Like, I never thought of that when I, buy the software. Now, okay, so another thing too that made me, I'm a cheapskate, and Billy can vouch for that, because he's been telling me about Ecamm for 4 years, I think. There's also like other people, like Charles, been telling me about Ecamm for about that long, because Billy's been using it for a while. I didn't want to have to pay for a subscription, and so I understand that, Aaron, and so I just like, I'm gonna try to. So I forced myself to learn OBS. This is how cheap I am. And then when I finally decided to go over to Ecamm, then I feel like, okay, that $40 a month subscription, because it's not cheap. Let me tell you, if you want to get pro plan, if you want to use Zoom integrated in Ecamm, you need the pro plan, and it's $40 a year. But after attending the camp, I see why it takes money to create good product, and it takes money to create good culture, because they could totally be cheap ass and not, like, here's a subscription and not care about the community. Then it would be better. It could maybe it's like $10 a month or $5 a month, and we all know about OBS, free a month, right? And how's the experience, right, compared to when you use Ecamm? Gary?
Yeah, so there was about 100 people there. I was in the lower 5% of new people that were, I didn't really know a whole lot about it, but I was watching videos like crazy. And my takeaway is that it's the relationships. Don't be a tight ass. Oops, did I say that?
It's okay, you can say it. We haven't told the story
relationship.
yet, the brush story.
Oh
We
my
need to tell the
God.
brush story too later.
Oh my God, because if it wasn't for people, I would still be floundering and not knowing what to do. But I'm the type of person that I'm going to put some money in because I'm going to get something back. And I've spent a lot of money just on tools and tech and just classes and all that. But in my heart, I know I'm right on track. And the quality and caliber of intellect that was there was it was mind blowing. And the respect level for one another definitely lived. It's second to, another group that I'm a part of. I spoke with Ken. Ken seemed to be a shadow. He followed. Was it Ken?
Which Ken? Ken, like Ken and Glenn Ken?
Twins. Ken
Yeah.
and Glenn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ken. And I talked to both of those men, and because I'm an older guy, so I know how to talk to people. And oh, really? I just love people, and so I just listen to how they think, and I like that. They have a mind that, man, I still couldn't put my finger on it, because I knew they were smart and they were just in a place that I was still trying to feel, where are they? I mean, they're very intellectual, and it carries over to the care for the end user using their product. And so if you haven't gotten Ecamm, get it. I mean, I had it since November. I get the pro level and I haven't really used it yet. But I don't really care, because I know that I got rewarded for the energy and the effort that I put into getting there and working the crowd. I love working the crowd and listening to people, asking good questions. So, yeah. And you reap what you sow. So if
Yeah,
you're going to
and
be a time master, you're
exactly.
going to be, you know,
You know how sometimes you are going to use a certain software and you pay for a certain company, and if you believe in the belief of the company, like what the company stands for, you feel like that money is worth, like the money that you spend
You
is
speaking of
worthwhile.
Adobe?
Huh? Are you speaking of
Are
Adobe?
you speaking about Adobe?
No, I'm talking about Ecamm. So there's just certain, and the smallness of it. I don't know how long that's gonna last because it is obviously a really good software. They have a huge followers, like a lot, a big. It's a successful company. Ecamm is a successful company, but they try to keep the feeling of a small company and that tight connection with their community there intentionally, and I can see that from the start, and then I really appreciate it, and I feel like the money is worth me spending. If I want to spend my $40 a month, I want it to go to a company that I feel proud of using the software. Speaking of proud of, OBS stands for oh bullshit. Billy said. The thing is, it forces me. OBS has its place because $40 a month is not cheap. Let me just be clear. But the difference between using OBS and now is I can do so many more things quicker without the same stress that I used to have on OBS. So to me, it's worthwhile. And the fact that I'm also able to not only use it, the reason why I didn't pay for it at the beginning was because I feel like if I'm just gonna use it once a month for my podcast recording, I don't see spending $40 a month for a one-time usage per month. So that's why I held it off for a long time. And then I tried using Video Ninja and all that to work to link with OBS. And it just, the experience for my guests was so bad that I decided, you know what, if I want it to be a good experience for my guests coming onto my show, I need to spend the money. So I spent the money. But as soon as I did, the beta version of the Ecamm for Zoom came out. And that's when I thought, oh, yay, now I have a second usage. If I bring Soundcheck and Rodecaster User Meetup to YouTube, I can at least use it once a week on top of my once a month recording. So that becomes worthwhile. Oh, Aaron, what did you say? I like OBS till it crashed my computer in the middle of a presentation. Well, yes. That too, Aaron. So the hardware is more reliable now. Oh
Hey,
gosh.
John.
Yes.
John, gentlemen, thanks for allowing me to be with you tonight. John, I love you as a host, and I gotta go to bed because I gotta get up in about 4 hours. I work early morning, so I'm gonna say
Sounds
goodbye.
good.
Check the
Thank
chat
you
room.
so
And,
much.
appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here and allowing us to share, and we'll catch you later.
Aaron,
Thank you
where
for
did you
sharing
get the
the stories.
picture, Aaron?
Screenshots.
Aaron
Good
just
night,
shared.
Gary.
Gary saw that before he left. Yeah, I was hoping Gary saw that before he left.
Yeah, I saw that. That's great.
Thank you, Gary. Have a good night. Please come back and join us when
Right.
you have time.
Will do. Thank you, guys.
All right, we'll
Okay,
see you
we'll
later.
see you.
Okay.
And
Hope I click everything off. I think I mixed it up last time, right?
you
With the
left it.
quit Zoom work.
You have to leave the meeting, or at least quit out of, well, like end the meeting and then quit out of your Ecamm. Are you still there?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
quitting Zoom now.
Okay.
I'm
All
out
right.
of Ecamm. So
Okay.
good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good
Talk to you
night.
later. Bye-bye.
Okay, so I guess that was. I want to quickly see if but Ecamm is Mac exclusive only, right? Ellen asked, yes, it is Mac exclusive. It is only, they are a Mac developer, so it is only for Macs. That is correct. I want to see. I think I favorited a comment from Billy earlier. What is it? Oh, something nice about me. John is a real really nice to meet you too, Billy. Billy, I've met on Clubhouse like 4 years ago. So when I heard that he's gonna be there, I was super excited, and we finally get to meet. It's lovely to see him. And as you all said earlier, I was an award winner. Let me see. What was it? I was the Happy Camper Award. Oh, yes, upstairs. I didn't have it with me. Next week, come back next week. I'll show the award to you. Happy Camper Award, which is so funny that I was like, that's such a cute award to have. Or another way in the beauty pageant would be Miss Congeniality, because I smile a lot. So yeah. Anyway, and what do you have anything to add, Glenn?
I think I wanted to know, you know, how would you compare what you're hearing on the MV6 as compared to my MV7 in weeks past?
It's not
Is
bad.
it the same?
It's not
Is
bad.
it about the same, or
Yeah.
what do you think?
Did you what feature in the motives did you turn on?
Nothing. I turned on plug it into my computer. That's what I turned on.
So you
That-
didn't
that-
didn't
I
even run
do
anything yet. I think it
No,
sounds
no,
great.
No, that's yeah.
I
I
think it
mean,
sounds
I'm coming
good.
through the software. I'm doing the I'm coming through the Ecamm live virtual mic, but other than that's all.
So you are, but then you're
Oh, you know what? That's what I wanted to check. Let me make sure that I'm set up correctly here.
back to our roots of sound checking. This is, and also completely related to the creator camp, because this is the microphone that the Team Scarlet won. We have like a bunch of challenges and all that, and they won, and they got a Shure MV6 and what is that thing called? The tripod. Do you have it with you? Like a little tripod thing, the little handheld thing. Oh, you're muted now. No, we don't hear you, Glenn. We don't hear you. Can you?
Okay, there
Okay,
we
there you
go.
go.
There we
Yeah.
go. There we go. It's called the switch pod.
Switch pot. So it's like a little. Is it metal? It looks like it's metal.
Yeah, it's a little stand for it's like a portable stand for putting a camera on or something like that.
That's right. So this is it. It's the switch pot handheld. So they got the $100. Oh, there you go. Wait. Let me go back to you. Yeah, there you go. That's a switch pod. Yeah, that's nice. You haven't even opened it yet.
No, well, I got one actually.
Oh my! Why didn't you
I-
give? Why didn't you give it to me?
Well, this thing brings top dollar on the open market. So
You could have given it to me.
No. I think this is my trophy. You know that's so. I think that's what it's going to serve as.
Oh goodness. But yeah, the switch pot. So yeah, they got good prizes. Wait, that's
Oh,
it's a Pet Flynn product. Yes, it's a Pet Flynn
John.
product.
When they announced that they were giving away Shure MV6s, I was like, "Holy cow, what's going on here?" And this is before they even announced the winning team. But I was like, "My goodness, that is." I couldn't believe they did that.
That's right. I'm going to quickly say hello to, I didn't get to because we're on a roll in the conversation here. If you're in Clubhouse, welcome Cindy Lou. Flame also been listening for a while. Alan's also watching on the live stream. So if you want to watch the live stream, you can also click on the link up above. It's a YouTube link. We're now doing simul stream both on Clubhouse as well as on YouTube. So if you want to check out visually of the voices that's coming through my one account on Clubhouse, you can see Glenn, you can see Aaron, you can see Ernesto as well. So go check that out. I have some pictures to show. Let's see if I can switch to here and see if you can see it. So these are some of the pictures. I wanted to remember a long time ago when we talked about, I think it was with Sean. It's only Sean that would come up with weird question like that. The genius mind. He said, "Who do you think is taller?" Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember that, Glenn?
Yeah. I mean, that was that, and I was thinking about that whenever I first, first got you in sight, and I'm thinking, Because guys, John's tall.
So you know how we sometimes form our own impression of how tall somebody is, and so we were just taking a wild guess. Oh my gosh, my hair! I do have a brush, Billy. Wait, hang on. Let me do it to myself. I'm gonna comb my hair. Okay. Oh, okay. So Billy agreed. So John is tall. So I want to show you a picture. I said we should take this picture for Sean since he asked that question, and I think the guesses were right? I think you all guessed that I'm taller. Back then, this is before Ernesto and Aaron joining. So this is a picture of us from camp. So I am taller. Oh, so that's that's a picture of us. Let me see what else they have. Some live stream going
John,
on.
as you pick out another picture, I'll also tell you, I like Paul Duncan. I've been
Paul's tall too.
I want to tell you, I've been in his Facebook group for 6 months, maybe longer than that. I think longer than that. Anyway, all I know is that he was one of the first people I saw when I came downstairs on Wednesday morning, and that was I was like, he is tall. I was not expecting anything like that. He's a tall guy.
Yeah, he is. And okay, so this is the space. This is the upstairs where the stairs going downstairs was where Luria dropped Glenn's iPad. Like that high, see over on the right. And there you saw over there is Neil. So many of you, why is it so overexposed? Maybe because I have. Is it overexposed for y'all too? The picture looks a little overexposed. I think because it's HDR. This is Neil Fairmont. I think it's his last name. He's also a YouTuber, and I watch a lot of his videos. In fact, I don't know if John Lowe is still here. John Lowe, we talk about you a little bit, talking about how we use his package for MIDI to control. So he has like a write up a PDF instructions on how to control your Rodecaster Pros or Rodecaster Duo too, for that matter, with MIDI. In reverse. So you know how Glenn, you use your smart pads to control things.
Yeah.
You can do the reverse using your Stream Deck to control your Roadcasters. So one of the things that I always do wrong is I would start my podcast, record it, streaming, because I have so many things to do. I would hit the button, do this and that. I'll be live streaming, and then halfway I'll be like, oh crap, I forgot to hit the record button on my Roadcaster. So then I would not have the audio. So luckily I have my live stream that I can go back and strip the audio from there, right? If I don't, I'm screwed. And I've done that many times. So now with Neil's write-up, I'm able to do a button, like a go live button. When I hit the go live button, it automatically hit mute on my microphone and my guest's microphone. It hits record. It plays my theme song, and I don't have to do anything, and it constantly just like record for me. I knew how to do all those multi-action on my Stream Deck, but I didn't know that you could actually control those buttons on your Rodecaster. So if I remember, I'm going to put in the description that particular video. That's now I've been using it for multiple months now, and absolutely enjoy having that I don't have to think about hitting the record button separately anymore, because when I go live, it records for me on my Rodecaster. So if you're interested in doing that, or somehow using MIDI to control your Rodecaster, it would do a lot of things, if not all. Like I said, mute microphones, and then also hit the record button and stop the recording for me. So that was this guy right here, Neil. And let's see. And outside, I didn't even know how beautiful this is out. So this is like the second day maybe. I looked outside that bar called Outrider because they booked the whole bar. They booked the bar. This is the window outside. I was focusing on the courses and the workshops. I didn't even look outside. There's like a river underneath it. It's like a mill. And it generates electricity for, I forgot what industry it is now. I can't remember now. But look how beautiful that place is. See, this is our AI workshop, and we're building ducks. Uh, and so, but how beautiful is that? I didn't even pay attention on outside of the building. But we get to spend a little bit of time toward the end or in the evening and I was on their show too. I was on their show talking about their show. So the CCTV, I told them CCTV is essentially Creator Camp TV. What it does is leading up to Creator Camp, they would talk about things related to camp. So essentially kind of not just hype us, but give us some information about what to expect and all that. And that was so helpful. And the beautiful story about that is these three hosts on the Creator Camp. Let me see if where's Lisa? Oh, Lisa's not here. Lisa was in here earlier. So Lisa, Mark, and Neil, they met on the first Creator Camp. So on the first year they met, which was only last year. The first Creator Camp was last year. They met there at Creator Camp. They were in the same team. They bonded and they created their own show called something amplifier. Creative Amplifier, I think. And so that show it's now on YouTube, and because they have such great chemistry, they asked them to come back and host this Creator Camp TV CCTV show, not only leading up to it, but also during the whole Creator Camp. So they would go on live streaming about the camp for users of the app who's unable to be there, because there's only like about 100 spots. And once it's sold out, it's sold out. And they have way more people who want to use. So then you get on the waiting list. So if somebody like can't attend and they pull out, and then you come. So that's what the show is. And Billy, sorry I didn't get that. He said, enjoyed the show tonight, 4:30 a.m. early. He has an early call. Okay, all right. So thank you, Billy. If you do watch the replay, thank you all so much for that. But now I'm gonna throw it out there. Any additional question? Any other things that you want to ask about Creator Cam or Ecamm? Or nothing at all. It's soundcheck in general. Maybe we'll go on for another 5-10 minutes.
The community for Ecamm sounds great. Every time I see like a YouTube video on it, it just everybody sounds really friendly, and everybody
really
is really helpful.
Yeah.
I'm actually tempted to get a subscription. I think I'm gonna wait till Black Friday, and I'm gonna use my my Mac Mini that I have on the other desk. But I was holding off, and I was trying to learn OBS, and then I see that you have to do Video Ninja to
let me tell you,
bring
Video Ninja. You look at my face, okay? I tried that thing. Unless you want to.
How do you bring chats up because I'm trying to start a podcast with my friends that one lives like an hour and a half away, the other one lives, a couple hours. But I'm like, it sounds like a lot of hassle to bring everything together, like different programs just to do one show or one podcast.
So if you have Ecamm Live Pro subscription, you have interview mode. Do you have Zoom? Do you already use Zoom? Do you have a Zoom subscription?
I actually just purchased a subscription not too long ago.
Okay, so you have that then, right? So if you have Zoom, then I use Zoom. Like I'm currently using Zoom for our call, as you know, and this is so nice that I can just extract your video in as a camera, and you show up in the camera. Let me see if I can if I'm on here, I'm gonna go back to the demo mode for you. So this is the screen that I'm seeing, right? And you see the camera switcher here. This is the camera switcher, and I assign. So on this side, on the left side, you see that zoom window on the left side. That one is so I have this zoom window. I'm gonna pull that. This is the separate. This is the actual zoom window, as you can see here, right? So when you all join, this is the actual Zoom call that is separate from the Zoom window that you see here. So the Zoom window that you see here is essentially when you join. So I'm gonna take Glenn for example. I'm gonna remove from camera. So he comes in and it just say add, right? Do you see that, Glenn? And then it has the add button there. So I would go here and I would click on the add button. Once I do that, he usually will be asked like a permission, like if you want to allow me, it will notify the other side, like you all when you all join that I'm streaming. And then once he's assigned, you can then give him, or once he's added, you can then give him a camera. So if I want to give him a camera A, so I go there. These are all my cameras, like my different cameras here, including my iPhones. And I'm gonna choose Glenn, and here he is pop up in there as a camera. So when I'm switching, so you look at this main window, right? When I go to this view, it's just you and me. I can do hold down shift. I can click Glenn, he gets added to it. When I click Aaron, it gets added to it. If I click my downshot camera, it gets added to it. If I don't hold down shift, if I just click on anything, it's just gonna switch between one person to the next. So it's so simple. And I'm doing all this live switching. In fact, I have built a bunch of different things. So like, I know there are 3 of you, right? I can actually do a layout for me and 3 guests like this that I've already pre-programmed, which I still like. And I've pre-programmed this. And then now you see that's you all over there, plus me over here. I can also just do the live switching if I don't want to go into these presets. But, I have that program, and so I would like to be able to use it occasionally. But I find myself using this the most. So this is essentially, I'm just going to, if me talking, I'll be doing that. And that's still talking about potentially getting that will be this. Everybody, I actually like to see everybody, because sometimes when somebody says something, even if you don't verbally say something, you can react by your facial expression, which is awesome, especially Aaron's. So I like to see the faces. So occasionally I'll pop back into that. So that is why I think, for your friend, when you're doing the podcast with your friend, you can set that all up. And if you have a Stream Deck, you can also have your Stream Deck trigger a specific scene.
Yeah, so this is the reason why I was holding off on getting Ecamm, was because my son had built this PC for me. And I'm like, okay, well, let me, since Ecamm is Mac only, I'm like, okay, let me learn how to use OBS. And then
you have vMix too, right?
Ninja. And I'm like, oh man, that sounds like very complicated, a lot of points of failure.
Yes. And again, you're hearing from somebody who's been using OBS for 5 years. Is it horrible? Yes, but it's free.
Yeah.
It's not horrible. I shouldn't say it's horrible. It's not like Ecamm. Completely, like Ecamm makes it so easy that you can start creating. You can make it as complex and complicated as me, or you can keep it as simple as you would like for it to be. Because you can also, we're just talking about live switching. We haven't even talked about scenes, right? You can create a scene from scratch. You can start a scene from nothing, like a blank page, and then start adding people's face on there. Mine is very simple. Like this thing is very simple. I can also show like my Clubhouse people, the same thing as like that. So my Clubhouse show up on this side, and then you all show up on that side. So these are all scenes that I've preset. So you can build, like, for instance, if I want to build a scene from scratch, from nothing, I can start I'm going to build it right now bravely. Let's see if it works. So I'm going to create right now a brand new scene. So I'm going to create a brand new scene that's blank. So the reason why you see the sound check, the kind of like the wallpaper in the background, is I actually, in this scene, I have selected on this window. I'm gonna try to zoom in. This window is the overlays. So the background that you see here are the ones that show in background. So you're seeing the sound check background. If I turn it off, it's just black. So if I click it, you see the background. And the background consists of, I built this all from here. It consists of layers of this color background, which is, I import it from Illustrator, export that out from Illustrator, bring it in here, and then add the little texture in here. And then that becomes my background. And with that background, now it's nothing here. It just says new scene. I'm just going to call it like a demo scene. I know it's probably a little bit tiny. So in here, I want to add Aaron. I'm going to click and drag Aaron's picture in here. Here he is. And you can customize it however you like it. If you go into this settings of this particular overlay, it's called. We know that camera B is here. The reason why they do camera B is because you can set it and forget it. You can design camera B over here, and then I want camera A over here. And next week, camera A and B could swap guests, but your layout's still the same. So that way, and then once you go in there and say, I want to customize your this camera to have a different shape. Maybe I want to have a circle. Circle was probably weird. We'll do squircle. Squircle's like square and circle. So there he is. And then I will blow him up. Set it here. You are seeing it live right now, right? I'm going to actually I'm going to get out of demo mode. You're just going to see this live on the live stream like that. And I'm going to do same thing for Aaron. I'm going to do a squircle and bring it up. And you have now a scene of two people like that. And if you want to add border to it, you can add a little color border around whatever color you want to pick, pink, purple.
What's that? What's
What's wrong with pink? And so then you can even add drop shadow, for instance. You can do drop shadow down here like that to add dimension to it. So I'm building the scene live. So it's not that hard if you're used to Canva, you are kind of like there already. And of course, it will keep the setting for the last person too. So if I drop that in here, you see how it keeps the same setting. So if I want to get rid of Sean's for now, because we've already set that up, I can then bring Sean in. No, Aaron. Sean. Did I say Sean? Yes. Aaron here. So now you have all that same. So if you built once and you keep bringing in the various different cameras, you have all that there for you. And then you like layer. You can just stack the layer however you want it to be. I can bring myself. I can also, if you see, I'm gonna switch back to demo mode. If you see when I drag myself over Aaron's face, you see that icon. Might be a little hard to see, but you see that icon over there. I'm gonna do it again. You see the icon on when I hover over my mouse over Aaron's face. You see that little replace icon. If I drop it there, it drops my camera source into Aaron's squircle. So same thing. Click and drag. There, bring it up there. That's only one simple thing. It could be as simple as that. So if your chat, if you want to have your guest with you, Ernesto, then you up on as a host. Maybe you want it slightly bigger as a host. You can have the three of you in this format, and then you can have all your branding around it. And if you want this to be above like that, so that could be your chat. I like to have videos full frame, so I tend to go with formats like what you typically see on my show, which is to actually give the face full. Like, you rarely see the background. You typically see this because that's the way I like to lay things out. For instance, like this one there, you don't want to see the branding per se. I don't wait, what does it say? Did I copy the wrong link on YouTube? You see, it's like it says new mics from Shure. Maybe I pasted the wrong link. I just now realized. Flame, you might be the wrong. Flame's been here. I hope you haven't been watching the wrong feed. Oh, no wonder only one person is watching. Let me remove the link. Let me see if I can do that properly. But anyway, Ernesto, think about it, and then definitely come back and chat with us about. You can just like Roadcaster, you come through soundcheck and just ask questions and see how you can use it, and do you need to use it? You can ask all those questions before you even shell out anything to pay. But Thanksgiving, Black Friday sale would probably be the time to do it.
Right?
Yeah. At least do it for a year and see if you like it. I would say it's one of those things like flying business class. If you try, you probably can't go back. Because it is quite nice.
No, it's just a lot of right now I'm busy with school, but then I'm also trying to school we're learning how to use Premiere Pro, and but I don't want to keep the right now it's like a limited subscription because it's part of the university.
Yeah.
But I want to learn DaVinci Resolve, so that's another thing that I want to learn.
Yeah.
But then also, getting involved with OBS and Video Ninja, and then possibly your restream to add chats to whatever. I'm like, that's a lot.
That's a
too
lot.
much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But a lot of people actually use Ecamm Live for video podcast recording. A lot of people do that because you can have, especially if you have a Roadcaster already, your audio is going to be good. You can also record isolated audios. So if you have two guests, right, you can set up in the settings to have even not just audio and video. So you can have your guests come in its own isolated video feed, record it separately, and then if you want to edit that in later on, you could repurpose that content. For me, the reason why I use Ecamm is because I don't want to edit. Because I want to live switch it, like live switching it. If I make a mistake, oh, too bad. The conversation still goes on. I'm just too late. I know I'm not able to do things consistently if I have too much friction. So if I have to edit at the end and then release this, you'll never get a weekly show because I just can't do it. Because this is not what I do professionally, right? So I do this really like after work. I do this. I do all my scheduling of my next show for the next week, all the thumbnail and everything tonight. And then I post it. I don't think about it until the next session comes. I think about the topics. I have a ongoing notes that I keep. What are the things that we want to talk about? But I don't do a lot of post-production. So having a podcast recorded there would be good.
I think that the limits of Ecamm are just the limits of your imagination on what you want to do to create your scenes. It really is. That is the real plus about Ecamm, is that you can create and do make yourself and your guests look like however you want to make them look. Riverside. The reason I use both of them is that I don't use Riverside to record, but I do use it in some of the editing things that I do, some of the quicker editing, and then I bring it back into DaVinci Resolve to do anything that's super fancy. But although I am not super fancy, but you know, just to do it's just a more advanced thing. But no, I don't record mirrors. I do everything in Ecamm because you can do anything with Ecamm. It just you know I really wonder what the limit is for it.
Yeah, the limit is my fan is really, it's my computer. So my fan is really loud. I really think the reason is I'm having my computer do a lot of things. I'm coming in as a 4K. I do not stream in 4K, but my video signal comes in as 4K. The reason why I do that is because sometimes, occasionally, I would actually live stream to Instagram Live, and I would set my canvas to be vertical. So, and if I do 1080, then my height is only 1080, and when I go out vertical, I want my recording to be at higher resolution. So I set my video signal to come in as 4K, even though I'm only broadcasting at 1080. The video quality for people coming in from Zoom. So let's say if you look at Aaron, can you even tell? Like, look at that face. Look at that. Look at that face. Look at this face. So look at that. Especially if you use a mirrorless camera or like a DSLR. The quality is actually quite good, and especially in the live stream. But you're really only looking at this at 720. So with Zoom, it's only 720. The bit rate is fairly high. So the image. So I'm not sending, even though I'm sending out 1080. So maybe if we do this in the live stream, then you can kind of compare, because I'm directly 4K into the mix in Ecamm, right? So maybe you can see my gray hair a little bit better than you could Ernesto's fiber on his sweater or whatever. So if you compare it, yeah, you might be able to tell. There is a way to get up to 1080p that was just released a few days ago when we were at camp. It was released then. It requires you to have an add-on purchase for Zoom events. So if you add Zoom events, then you are able to bring that in. The trick is, unless it is so crucial for your guests to be in 1080, I don't know if it's worth it for most use cases, especially if you're gonna look at a layout that is like this. So like, let's say if the layout is this, you don't need it because our 1080 picture now is being squashed down to a quarter, right? You're only at half of that resolution. So I don't think people need to be, I mean, I'm one of those people like, oh, I wish it's 1080. Remember the Roadcaster video came out, oh, dang it, it's not a 4K. So all of us are obsessed with that, full higher resolution thing. I would suggest use it first before you can, before you need to worry about the resolution so far. Oh my gosh, we got a question. Yeah. Michael asked, what mic arm are you guys using? Oh, okay, good question. I have a PSA 1. A Rode PSA 1. So I've had this for many years. A Rode PSA 1. What about you guys?
Mine's also a Rode. It might be the same model, but mine hangs over, and instead of coming up, it hangs over. But
is your
well, hey, here we go. So mine.
Okay, wait. Let me blow you up.
So that.
Yours is a PSA
like
1 Plus. It looks like, because you have that little sleeve. So yours is a PSA 1 Plus.
Okay.
Okay, good. Thank you. So we are similar. Like yours is a newer, better version of mine. What about Ernesto?
I won another contest. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, you got to give it to me if you win another PSA 1 Plus. Okay. What about you?
Mine is actually so I got it years ago, but it's the Ultima O.C white.
Ooh, that's
mic
a
arm.
nice one.
Is that the
That's
low?
a nice one.
Is that the low profile one? You got a lot of
Yeah, low
nice
profile.
stuff. That's very expensive. How much was it? Do you remember?
Oh man, this was like 4 or 5 years
$400?
ago. It was like 3 something because it was like
Yeah.
they were discontinuing this. I don't know if
Particular
it's
model?
color or what, but it was like
Oh.
it had red letters,
I
and
see.
I was like, sure, yeah.
So-
I need a mic arm, and then I just added this part. What is it? The Audio Technica to be able to
Oh, I see.
modify.
So that you can move your microphone more in more directions than
Right,
than I would.
right.
Ah, okay, cool. And you, Aaron?
I'm ashamed.
Yeah.
have an El-
You don't have to be ashamed. You sound good. So
I have
your
an
your
Elgato
mic is out of shot.
Yes, but watch this. Let's see. Let's bring it in shot. Now,
Okay.
watch me take my hand off of it.
Okay. It sags. It's a saggy mic stand. Is it an arm or is
Yeah, it's the low profile.
low profile? Okay. Do you remember? Do you know what it is? Is it?
The
Is it the Elgato one?
Elgato. The Elgato.
Oh,
one,
the first one. Oh, get the new one.
The
That's
Get the
original
new-
one.
Yeah. No, I think this was when they adjusted it and put the little Titan arm.
This
It's
is
not
the
new one.
this
not
is the
the-
second gen
Yes.
first one, but not
Yeah,
the new
not the
air.
yes.
The air spring they call it, like
Yes.
the hydraulic.
Yeah. After
sh-
I got this and it
Uh-huh.
was saggy, that's when I discovered that OC white one. It was like, ooh, I was looking at one. It was a used one for $350 on B&H, but the clip, just the little clip
Yeah, the
desk
front- yeah.
was like $100. I'm like, no.
Hey, what about you? Maybe you should get the Elgato
new
new
Elgato.
one. What's it
Yeah.
called? I forgot what it's called. Elgato something.
Yes.
It has a Pro now.
Low
Elgato
Pro,
L something Pro.
LP.
LP Pro, low profile. Elgato LP Pro.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna switch to here. Elgato Wave mic arm LP. Okay, there you go. So LP, that's the old one, the $99 one, and
Yes.
then the $179 one, which is actually not a bad price. Well,
No, people were screaming about the price though. Oh,
Yeah.
it's too expensive, Elgato's.
well, I'll try the what is the other one that you have, Ernesto?
The for the microphone or
Oh no, the arm. What is the arm that you have? I want to check out because I know they're
Ultima.
expensive because that's why I don't even remember.
yeah, it's the Ultima O.C white.
Or better known as the Joe Rogan mic arm.
Oh yes. What is that?
Yeah,
Oh,
These
That's what I was getting
are
at.
the Joe Rogan headphones.
Are they really? Are they really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
so this one. Okay, there you go. Ooh, white one.
And they
That's
have a
nice.
newer version, a knockoff that I
Oh, this is
recently
not
saw for $79 of the OC white.
Yeah, this is the knockoff one that you see. I don't think that do they sell it on. I don't even know if they
I think
sell it on
B&H.
here. B&H probably. They don't sell it on Amazon.
Oh, the
Yeah,
OC
yeah,
white?
Yeah.
No.
I think I got it from B&H.
Yeah.
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 They definitely have it.
Michael, I'm curious, Michael, are you the person? Are you Flame on Clubhouse, or are you also from YouTube? You may be Flame. Let me check. Oh, Michael, are you from the Ecamm? Michael, I didn't catch your last name. Are you Michelle's son, Michael? Michael, let me check out your YouTube channel too, because he has YouTube channel. So let us know in the chat. But he said he has an Elgato second gen, which is like
Like mine.
like yours, Aaron,
Yes.
and
How does
then
he like it?
and then a
Oh wait,
PS.
I hate it. Yes, I hate it. Yeah. Again, that's when I refused to get a Shure SM7B because it was $300.
Oh, it's too heavy.
But then I almost paid $350 for a mic arm. I was that close. It was my shopping
Hey, but
cart
you sound good
for
though.
3 weeks. It was for 3 weeks. It was in my shopping cart.
Okay, not Flame or Michelle's son. Okay, then. So, how did you find us, Michael? I'm just curious, because whenever there's new people joining us, I'm very excited, as you can tell, and I just want to know how you found us. Ecamm user. Oh, and a fellow tech enthusiast. Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm curious how you found the channel. Maybe through, because in our Ecamm Facebook group, we're not allowed to. We're not allowed. I mean, understandably so. We don't talk about. We don't advertise our own channel. So if I do, like for Glenn, I actually reached out to him directly via direct message.
We violated the rules.
You can on the side, reach out to him directly. But also a fellow Ecamm user. Okay, I need to check out your channel now. Okay, I think I saw a video of yours on YouTube. And I love your personality. Oh, thank you, Michael. That's amazing. Wow. So also found us on YouTube then. Man, this is encouraging. I'm
awesome.
loving this. And of course, if you're still watching and if you haven't yet subscribed and you want to stay in the loop with me when we go live, please consider subscribing. We're slowly. Numbers not a thing for me. It won't be ever, because like I've been doing my podcast for how long? I've been doing my main podcast I've been doing for almost 20 years. And the podcast that will be entering year 20 next year, I've been doing it's a weekly show every Monday for the past 19 plus years, almost 20. And I don't even know how many listeners I have.
Well, that's where the voice comes from. I've been wanting to ask, where does your stage presence come from?
Right.
Oh.
Now I know.
Yeah, I'm the OG podcaster. I started when there were 50 podcasts, under 50 podcasters in the world.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, you're looking at a legend.
OG.
I'm not a good
John the
podcaster,
legend.
but
Wow.
a long-lived one. I'm still here.
John
Oh,
Legend.
good. See, sometimes you just have to remind people, because I do the same thing. I check out people's show and then I forget to subscribe. But please do. If you're listening to this, you should subscribe. I think I'm going to go for the Ultima, the SM7B on the Elgato Sax, like crazy for me. Oh, the Ultima. Okay, so you're gonna go with the Pro one. Hey, but what about the 179 one, the newer one? Would that be
cheaper?
Yeah, maybe, Michael, this is what you should do.
Price.
Since we all learn together, right? If you want to not get the Ultima first, if you want to, not that I'm suggesting, I'm not asking you to do, but I'm suggesting that you do it. If you get
Ultima's great.
but look at the adaptation it has to do to the hey, but I think it's the same though. The Elgato has the same issue. Like if you have like a SM7B or something, it's too short, that you have to find some kind of adaptation to extend that out, right? It's probably the same for the Elgato too. So if you want to try out the Elgato arm, the new one, the Wave Mic Arm Pro, and then come tell us if you like it. And if you don't like it, you can return it and then get your Ultima.
Or
Then
you can get Ultima used at B&H if you keep watching.
Right.
For about $350.
I thought you were gonna say
Wait a minute. There was
What?
a bit of research.
Uh-huh.
That $100 base piece.
Yes.
It costs $100. There's the cheapest one, I think, is $50, and the one that comes with it is $100. It's really expensive. But I believe from what I have searched, I can't remember which brand, but there is a brand out there. It might be the Rode, a specific one. I'll have to search. I can search, but there is another clamp that you can buy.
But
I think
it will fit the same, like it will go into the hole,
Yes.
right?
It's basically like you buy a Rode PS1 or something.
Uh-huh.
Throw away the mic arm and you use the clamp.
It is
No.
still cheaper, right?
Yeah, yes, that's what, because the mic, or you could get one of those. Yeah, whatever it was, I'd figured it out, but then I decided, no, that's ridiculous. I'm not going to do it. I can't.
But wait, you should go on to like Facebook Marketplace to see if have somebody has like a broken one or something, and just get. But then you just have to wait for it to show up. But I'm curious now. Should I get the Elgato Wave? No, my PSA one is okay. Okay, mine is actually it comes from below because I don't like I don't like it visually coming in from the top. So the reason why it works for me is because my mic arm is actually attached to my desk very far from me. It's like way back. It's where toward the back of my desk, because my desk I can only clamp on the back end because the back end is where it doesn't have like the side, because so it has on the back the front is like that, and so the back sticks out, so I can actually clamp on the back. So it has to extend quite far. This is as far as I can get the mic arm to come out. I can't go any further, and the rest will be now up. I could, but I can't have it go to any further out. If I want to be here, the mic arm is not going to be close enough for me.
Okay.
So I'm going to adjust my lighting if I'm back here too. By the way,
Here's a piece of gear that you could probably use if you want to extend.
I got this. I got Revlon Color Stay because I saw how shiny my nose was that day. Wait, let me patch. And I asked that question to Luria. It's like, is there like a makeup that will make your nose not shine, but that will last? Did you see how that go away?
Yes.
Except my face keep producing oil that it keeps getting shiny back. So okay, let me check and see what Michael has to say. Michael, I think I'm gonna go to. Wait, let me move.
I think, John, it's midnight here on the East Coast, and I think it's time for all good little podcasters to go to bed.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it. So you guys, I enjoyed spending what's becoming not quite for me. I got here late, but theoretically 3 hours with you. So I appreciate.
That's as much as you can take
time.
me. 3 hours is the max.
All right,
Thank you so much.
Everybody have a good night.
All right.
Thank you.
You as well.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
wrap
should
up
probably-
too. All right.
Yeah.
Well, if you're wrapping up, I'll hang out.
I'm gonna wrap up. I just wanted to go through the chat from. Okay, let me take this camera off. Oh, how do I do that? Okay, there you go. Let me take. I'm gonna put on Michael's chat and see. Oh no, you hit this. He's gonna go with that. Same for Elgato. He said I got a pack of extenders for $5 on Amazon. So something like this kind of. Wait. This extender? Is that the extender I was wondering? He was talking about. And also,
I use the one of the Elgato arms as like a mic. That's the overhead mic. I mean the overhead camera. I'm sorry.
I see.
yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I use that so I can get it out of the way, and then I can just bring it down. But it's a light camera. It's the original ZV-1.
Now I see why he said he saw on the Tombox review, and he doesn't like that it rounds. He wants it to like a clamp. He said, okay, all right, and he said yes, that's the extenders that he got. So. Well, I appreciate you all hanging out with me, and we talk about Ecamm, Creator Camp. We talk a little bit more about the microphones, the swing arm, which is really cool. So, Michael, this is an invitation. If you want to join us in the future, feel free to hop onto the Zoom call and then be on here with us, and we'll chat more. Like I want to say in person, but not quite in person, but directly, so you don't have to just use chat. So. All right. Good night, everybody. And thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Ernesto. And thanks earlier, Glenn, and also Gary for hanging out with us for so long. And Michael's joining us. Wait. Oh, no.
Wow.
Is that maybe there was a mistake. He hit the button and I saw it pop up a little bit. Maybe we'll save it for next week because he did say got to hit the sack here also. So I think it might be an accident. So next week, maybe, or in the future, whenever you want to join us here. The space is for everyone who wants to be kind and nice and don't judge anybody for having a saggy Elgato mic arm. Okay, bye. We'll see you all later.